Hey there, and welcome everybody to the STB Leadership Call. My name is James Ward. I want to welcome you here today. We're going to allow the room to fill up. Also got to get my counterpart here, Mr. Dwayne Golden. He's going to be on the call as well. So give it just a second. We got some awesome stuff that we're going to be announcing here today. Things that you may have already heard about, but give me just a second. I got to get Dwayne on here, and we will get rolling.
Hello, everyone. James, I'm here. I just was muted out. You couldn't hear me.
Okay. No worries, man. I just had to promote you to panelist. So, yeah, I want to welcome everybody here today. I know Mr. Dwayne Golden is here as well. He's muted out, but you're here for the leadership call. We're excited to be able to bring it to you here today. Now, we did send out an email. We've talked about a few different things over the last week about some releases that we're going to be doing here in the near future. As we lead up to the launch. As everybody probably knows at this point, we go out of pre-launch on September 30th, and pretty fired up for that. We've definitely been ahead of the curve. I mean, just like any other company, we've had our challenges at the same time. We've been in front of every one of them, definitely doing our best to communicate to you. And I'm excited. I'm proud of the team that we have surrounded ourselves with, to help us through the things that we needed to get done. And as we go into launch, we have so many more exciting things that I want to share with you. So, Dwayne, I know you've been part of this process as well. You've seen a lot of things that we've been working with, and you know, obviously about the announcements that we're going to be talking about here today. But I'd like to give it to you for just a second as I get the slides up here, and you can address the folks and tell them what's been going on your side.
Love that. Well, I can't use my camera, or I guess I don't need my camera, I guess. Hello. Let me see. Is it working? It doesn't let me, but it's okay. A couple of things. Well, first of all, excited to see each of you here and to let you know that with the progress of a company from 0 to whatever speed it's going, right? There's a lot of exciting things that must happen, but it can't just happen with the company. You guys have seen what happens when a company works in its own space and is moving forward. What you don't see is the imbalance of when the company's moving forward and the people aren't. I'm proud to see that the leaders and the people in STB are progressing with the company. Because until that type of thing can happen, I think I can see yeah, we are here now, okay. Until that kind of thing can happen, we forfeit some of the blessings of what it means to be able to grow congruently. So in my case, I have to say that some things I believe will revolutionize the cryptocurrency home business space, James, that's very exciting, includes, but is not limited to, things that takes the pressure off the leaders so they don't have to constantly over-explain things. Nothing's more dangerous. How many of you guys here, you've seen that? What happens when you're forced to be the secretary for the company and over-explain because their story isn't strong enough, because their model isn't strong enough? How many of you have seen that? Type it in number 1. Let me see if I can see who's here. I want to know. I know what I know, right? But I don't know what you know. I know that it weakens your disposition. You have to work twice as hard to make the same money. It's time that you have an opportunity to lead with the simple story without over-elaborating it, because there's enough there. And that's what excites me today, James, about this model. That's what excites me about what some of the things we're going to share today. So as a consultant for this company, I have a love for it, like as if I'm one of the leaders myself, because I have to tell a story. As a person and a champion for the industry, I'm even more excited because there's an opportunity for people to lead without lies. I always have hated when leaders just make stuff up as they go along just to get someone to say yes, only finding out later that it comes to roost. And when it does, they blame the company. Before you know it, we've got two entities mad at each other. James, today's a great day to unleash upon everyone what's here and what's about to happen. So if you want, I can lead off with excitement, but you can, and I can just come in wherever you want me to.
Yeah.
What you want me to do?
Well, you definitely look better than I do and speak better than I do, but I'll get us started here today, man. I'm gonna keep the video on you because I have my PowerPoint up, if that's okay. So you just chime in anywhere you want because I really want this. I want people to be able to see what we're doing here. And before I get started, I want to ask how many of you on this call, just give me a number 2 if you have kids. If you have any children whatsoever, just give me a number 2. I bet more people than that, but that's okay. We'll go with it. The reason why I asked this.
We got 3 of them.
Yeah, some of you may not even want to admit it. No, but the reality is, this is our baby right now, and if you remember when you had that child, it was delicate, right? You had to make sure, especially if you were a brand new parent, the way you held it, you were scared. The things that you did, it was challenging those first couple of years to even know how to be a good parent. But as your child began to grow and do new things, it was awesome. And it's really cool to be part of a company in the infancy stage because you get to see all these amazing leaps that as you become a mature company, some of these leaps don't become look as big, but in the beginning, what we're doing here in such a short amount of time, to me, is exciting. It's like seeing the baby take the first step. So I'm excited about where we're going, and I want to talk about some of the releases that we have here today. What's new, what's coming next, to kind of give you a vision of the company, because without the proper vision, in my opinion, it's hard to see past today. Would you agree with that, Dwayne?
100%.
So let's get rolling here and talk a little bit about the transparency of the company. For those of you who have been on my webinars or not, if you've talked to me personally, one of the biggest things that I talk about constantly is the transparency of the company. Not only the fact that myself, Dwayne is out in front of it as well. With his company, D. Golden & Associates, obviously we brought in a third party to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. And one of the biggest things that was related to that when Dwayne and I first initially spoke was, what type of evidence are we giving the people that we're trading? Because everybody in the world says that they're trading something, right? We don't happen to have to rely on the markets, the cryptos, the Forex, or any of that stuff, which that's great for us, but we are in an arena that we still have to definitely be transparent on what we're doing. So I'm excited to tell you today that in your back office, there is a sports trading report. Now, with that being said, you're only going to see one game on it last night, but we have actually several that we're going to be uploading that was just to do a test. But what you're going to be able to see when you log in back there is, the score that it was, the teams that were playing, the odds, the scores, and whether we won, lost, or draw. And Dwayne, I'll give it to you here, but I think one of the most important things for us is to make sure that you understand how real this is. It doesn't matter if we're losing or we're winning in one specific day. I say this every night. I mean, how many times have you seen me on a webinar put a game out there that we wanted to win and we lost? It doesn't affect me because I know this is a long-term play. And over time, just like this last month, we had a good month. It was still in that 61% range, but it wasn't as good as the month before. But it doesn't matter because long-term, we know what we're doing here and it's exciting. So Dwayne, with that, I'll give it to you to kind of chat on this because this was a big area for you as we began our relationship together and you came into the company.
Yeah, so there's a lot of variables when it comes to something like sports trading. And those variables are around not just the percentage of wins and losses, right? The amount that's on any game. And to be honest with you, there are times when you could literally lose as much as 31% of the games and still be in a winner financially. So whenever a trading entity is at a point where they're at 51% or greater, it's just off the charts amazing, right? But we're talking about the month before, which was 67%, and then going to last month at 61%. That's awesome. But think about this. Think about the people that you get to start with you that never heard of the word sports trading and doesn't really grasp the idea, but yet the data is available for them. What that does as a leader, that releases you, that relieves you of needing to become the company secretary that has to explain every nuance around it. There are some things that will be evident amongst your people. Here, case in point, many of you that know me know that one of my pet peeves in this industry is the art of being a great leader is way beyond us now, because 90% of any leader that will step forward into an arena, they would like for the company to do it, to give them the money to get going. I'm from the old school, so it's not about right or wrong right now. I'm just giving you my feedback. But one of the things that hurts that is most companies always start off in the red 100% because they have to make up for all this money they're giving away for people that call themselves leaders. So here's my thoughts. Now, as leaders, the company's giving you something more valuable that gives you more time, that allows you to leverage your teams and organizations while you grow them, instead of becoming a babysitter, mommy, and caregiver. Because of the things that are coming forth, there's going to be more things given out to the leaders and their teams, so that you guys can carry the weight of being the leader, and you can do it with pride and not feel bad or anything like that about it. So here's what I'm going to tell you, James. This is essential. The idea of talking about sports trading is no different than all the other companies that talk about trading when they're really not doing it, or they talk about feeding the children, they're not really doing it. To me, it's all smoke and mirrors. You get an opportunity to demonstrate, here's what we're doing, here's how, and here's how it's faring right now. So great job on that. I love it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I appreciate your feedback on that. So we have a brand new I guess opportunity is the way I would put it, because I think it's going to be probably the most exciting thing for us to come together as a community. I think everyone on here would agree that, in network marketing, a lot of times you can have a company that has an average product, they have a terrible compensation plan, but they might have a culture that people absolutely want to be part of. Have any of you ever seen a company like that, where you knew for a fact that people weren't really going to make any money? You knew for a fact that the product was average, but for some reason, they turned into a $100 million company or $500 million company. Has anyone ever seen that? Just give me a number 3. Have you seen a company like that? Yeah, we all have. One of the biggest things that I talked about to Dwayne when we were starting this project was, besides the fact of being out in front of it and doing what we're supposed to do, is that we wanted to create a community of people that, love the opportunity to earn Bitcoin, but you have to find ways to create a culture here. And one of the newest ways that we're going to be doing that is in our trading pool. Sorry about that, is our trading pool. So what does that even mean? Well, basically it's going to work like this. We're going to get to this here in a second, but we're basically going to give people inside and outside of our company an opportunity to participate in what we call the game of the week. Okay. And essentially what that means is that you're going to have opportunity to sell tokens and to buy tokens to participate. We'll get to the tokens here in a second, but to participate in the game of the week. So I want you to think about this for a second. We will have a specific game that we call the game of the week, and we'll announce it. And I want you to imagine for a second having people all around the world inside of our company rooting and cheering for the same game. Think about the social media aspect of that. Think about, the live events. If we have something going on like that, and you're participating, we're watching it on the big screen. All those things come into my mind when I think about the vision of the company. So what we're going to give people the opportunity to do is be able to participate in that and grow their Bitcoin even quicker if they choose to. Now, is there a risk involved? Well, there's a risk involved with anything you do. So yes, there definitely will be, but it's going to be an exciting time. And Dwayne, I'll let you kind of talk more about it, because, we have to be careful with the language that we use around this. We want to make sure that y'all understand that this is a membership opportunity. You got to be a member for lack of a better word, to be able to participate in this trading pool through our tokens, which we'll talk about here in 1 second. But Dwayne, I'm sure maybe I didn't give it complete justice, so maybe you can add to it to tell people your thoughts on it.
I think that you've done great job at it. So it changes the playing field. So the opportunity really exists for people to see that you're not just in this Bitcoin passing around type of a business. You're in something that is the number one industry in the world, right? Is this idea of sports arena, of sports trading. What's interesting about it is now you might take X amount. You get to participate separately on your own. You can say, I'm going to take $25. I'm going to participate in Game of the Week and expand my cryptocurrency, grow my Bitcoin, because I get to participate with my company. Now, the company, I don't know if you mentioned it, there's going to be a limited amount of participation that can be everyone at the same time. It's going to be first come, first serve, because with the brokers, you see, James and his company are not the ones deciding what the Game of the Week is. The brokers, who are professionals, who have a greater lock based on the data provided to them, say, hey, this is one that the odds are stacked in the favor. of our clients. And then they're going to tell James, and then James will say, make it available. Now, the thing about it is you typically will get that. Let's say if there's a huge game on Saturday, you might not get the lock until Saturday morning. It's an opportunity for us to all stay available or be aware. So the company sends a notification, participate game of the week, here's where. However, what's unique about the token system, we're going to talk about in a little bit, you get an opportunity to already, before the game of the week is presented, to already have your position locked so you can generate money from it. So don't worry, it's good. It's exciting stuff. You'll hear more about it later. I think they unveil it as early as Sunday night, Monday morning, but I don't want to jump the gun. But I'm excited with you guys because I'm telling you what, everything around this cryptocurrency world and home business, 99% has been about smoke and mirrors. To have an opportunity where people are actually going to get paid when they're owed. They have an opportunity when there's something, the demonstration that we're actually doing business. And then, most of all, an opportunity to take someone who's having a challenging time financially and be given the opportunity to grow their finances. Forget about it. I'm overwhelmingly excited, James, and I didn't mean to take too much of the time on that.
No, man. I think
they deserve an opportunity to find out what they're doing. And it's time that leaders have to stop being an extension of the owner, right? And just a waste of their time to spend 90% of their time trying to prove their value. They can literally just go out and bring people into their organization, into something that's going somewhere. So that's it.
And, I think this is a great way to lead in. It could be a lead-in product for those that may not be wanting to purchase a package yet, but may want to get dip their toes in to get a feel of what we do, to be able to participate in something that's exciting. And like you said, there will be a cap on it every single week that we'll let people know about. And we're going to get more details on it, but I'm telling you, this right here, in my opinion, is a huge game changer, not only financially for the people participating, but also for those of you who are in our company who have an opportunity to sell these tokens. So let's get to it and just move on here so we don't take too much of your time. Oh, sorry. I think we went through all that. I didn't keep up with my own slides. So another exciting thing that we've talked about here for the last few weeks is our launch event. Our launch party is, I guess, what I would call it. We have decided on a location. So you're doing the dance there. If you guys haven't ever seen Dwayne at an event, we have to put him on medicine because he acts a little crazy. No, he loves to dance. He loves life, and I'm the guy sitting in the corner wishing I would do that, but I just don't have the guts to do it. So October 12th, regional event. Our launch party is going to be in Orlando at the Hyatt at the airport. I just got good news right before this call. We have booked that event. So we will release more details on the event, but I want you to think about this for just a second. I mean, I get the question all the time, how are we different? What are we doing different than anybody else? Besides the obvious that you can see our face and we're transparent with what we're doing. I just talked about the community that we have to create, the culture that we have to create, the relationships that we have to create. So I'm excited about October 12th. I know you are too as well, Dwayne. So I'll let you touch on it, but just know that this event is happening. And if you have people in the Florida area, if you can make it to Orlando, maybe you want to bring your kids, hit Disney World a day or two before the event, it's going to be an awesome time. So I'll give it to you, Dwayne, and go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to say something even stronger. If you're not in Florida and you've already begun to generate BTC each day from your business, you show up. If you live in Albuquerque or Canada, it doesn't matter. If you're making Bitcoin every day, right, you're already light years in front of much of the world. So if you have an opportunity to come together and find out what more of this is about, you want to be there. And so what it is, it's a launch party. The company, instead of just coming out of the gate launching in a race to take your money and run, they're taking their time to build something that's going to be a long time for you and your people. Come together, unite. No, the company doesn't have to blame the leaders. Leaders don't have to blame the company. The union can last for as long as you want it to, because things are done right and through good stewardship. And you get a chance to find out more what's behind that by coming. So I'm going to tell you, no matter where you live, if you're a general, I know some of you, you've already had to reinvest, you had to redouble, and the company's only in pre-launch. Use your money wisely, get to this event. Don't miss the opportunity to grow it exponentially beyond your wildest dreams. How many of you leaders right now have that story? hey, I remember 2 years ago I made some money. I did over 100, 200 Bitcoin, right? And then the company's not there anymore. It was great, but wouldn't it be wonderful if after 2 years you're still generating more and more and more? Plug in, be ready, because the challenge on James Ward and his team is you better come to play, because if you come to play and you've hired us, we want to make sure you're here as long as you want to be. As long as the members want to be here, everyone's going to get paid every day and no one's going to be missed. What you want to do is come out and find out how can you be a part of making it last. That's my words to you. If you're ready for that, please type in the number 1. Because I know it's time for this industry to see that it can happen with you guys as the leaders right in the front. You guys as the leaders who can say, hey, guess what? I don't have to pitch a new company every month. I found one. I'm here. I'm making great Bitcoin, and I don't have to feel apologetic or embarrassed about it. I'm doing something right. That's what this is called for. So had to get that out, James. I'm done.
No, Dwayne, I like it. You know, I always like to ask people, you know, are you married? And if they say yes, I say, are you still dating? You know, so most married people aren't still dating. But in this industry, it's fine. It's hard to find people to get married to an idea because everybody wants to be dating other companies. I think this is an opportunity, like you said, that someone can really hang their hat and call it their home. And we're building towards that. And you'll see that as our events go. So let's move on to the STB Founder Circle. Maybe you've heard about this, maybe you haven't. We are creating an environment here that is really going to connect us at an even deeper level through our Founder Circle. For those of you who want to participate, I think it's a no-brainer. If you're serious about this company, if you're serious about having the inside track of what we're doing, being around like-minded individuals, we are going to have our STB cruise that you're going to have access to through the Founders Club. In addition to that, if you know, maybe you're sick of paying that car payment, maybe, or how about this? Maybe some of you have had a car payment, you know, through another company. Maybe you're with a health company or maybe a travel company or whatever it is, and you've lost that bonus because you haven't been able to hit that number every month or whatever it is. Our car bonus program, when you see it, you're going to see how simple it truly is once you become a member. And Dwayne, I'll let you talk on that as well. Also, the opportunity for you to earn some extra income through people who get started in this Founder Circle is going to be huge. The contest points that come along with it, there's just so much that goes into it that it's hard to fit all into one conversation. But I think the biggest thing that you have to understand from this is the ability for us to come together. There will be a cruise. You will have an opportunity to jump on a cruise with us. We're going to have some different payment options that you can choose to be part of this program. But imagine for a second being on a cruise ship with all of us, seeing Dwayne get out there on the dance floor. But having the opportunity to, connect with some of the sports traders that we actually deal with, seeing some of them speak, some understanding of how the business actually works, the network marketing side, all those things, and just coming together as a family. So we're looking for people who really want to lock into this with the Founder Circle. There's a lot that goes into it. So Dwayne, you might want to add some to this as well. And again, there's going to be a lot more details that come along with this for you to understand. But Dwayne, I'll let you talk on it, and just in case I missed anything there.
Well, no, there's several important things. In the beginning stages, the founder, right? It's really important when you think about what that means. Being a founder, it's a limited. First of all, it's going to be for a limited amount of people. It's not going to be open forever for someone to just become a founder. And the idea behind this is to give people an edge who were committed from the beginning. Before all the people that are going to come from around the world to join this thing, you're in place. You can have an opportunity to participate at a level where you can not just be in a company that does sports trading. You can have an opportunity to become a pretty good sports trader yourself personally on your private life, right? And so the idea is to have an expert or some experts on the cruise who will be teaching in the training on the trading, where you can create your own account while you're on the trading cruise and begin to learn how to trade while on the cruise and make and earn money while you're there. That's going to be one of the concepts. The other one is, yes, there's something in it that will open the door for each of you who will participate in it to generate more capital, including that of which a lifestyle bonus or a car bonus, if you will. You could use the money, the BTC, for whatever you want. I think what James and those guys are thinking, they call it a car bonus so everyone can identify what it is. The real takeaway is what advantages it'll open up for you as a leader or a member who cares to, hang on a moment, who cares to get out there and show people you're different. I'm not just a whimmer. This is not three. Some of you are talking to leaders who join 5 companies at once. When you're a founder, you're like, oh no, I'm taken. I've got the ring. I'm taken. I'm a part of STB, and we're going far. So you can trust me when I try to recruit you. I'm not going to recruit you to something else by midnight and something else tomorrow. You're going to come to somewhere that's solid. And so as a founder, you get to demonstrate that also. So it's not that there's nothing wrong with working more than one business and having different streams if there's streams of income, right? But there's something really wrong with not landing your plane if you're going to go under that title called leadership, which means every month or month and a half, you're joining something new and recruiting people to it. You're unfortunately not building anything. You're actually further distancing yourself from the marketplace and deeming yourself as non-trustworthy. That's a fact. I'm not here to point fingers, but this is just a fact. So now, in looking at this whole idea of the car bonus, those who join it will get 100 contest points. You're going to be given, you can see it right there. Duh, it's on the screen. You can actually generate an income from those who actually are a part of it. Now, I don't know how long you guys are opening this, James. It may just be 30 days or 60 days, but it's going to be a tremendous opportunity. And so you'll hear more about it when that's released, I think, on Saturday morning. So that's all I have to say. And by the way, great to see you guys. I can tell, I know some of these names. You guys are leaders. So anyway, that's all I had to say, James. I didn't mean to take up too much time. I just have some pet peeves I throw in there too much, and I need to not do that.
No, man, we need your feedback for sure. I appreciate it. You had a huge influence on this as well. So, as you can see there, we are creating more and more opportunities for you to earn inside of our business. And, keep in mind, I think as we grow here as a company, you will continue to see us create new and inventive ways just to help build income for your family or build your Bitcoin, whatever you'd like to call it. I mean, I think it's so important in this industry to create the culture, but also create the different opportunities. So you'll continue to do that. Now, on to the next thing that I'm probably most excited about this. We are launching our very own STB token system. Now, I want to be clear for those of you out here so your mind doesn't automatically shoot to some of the other stuff that's out there. We're not looking to create an ICO. We're not looking to take this to a public exchange, okay? This is an internal token system that we're going to use. But I want you to imagine for a second, every single time someone comes to our company, they have an opportunity to purchase tokens to purchase a package. They have an opportunity to purchase tokens to purchase a lot of different things. We're going to talk about those. But STB swag, live events, our founder circle, and also an extra opportunity to earn some income. So Dwayne, this was kind of, I don't want to call it your baby completely, but you had a lot of influence in this token system. I want to do it justice here today. I want people to get excited about what this is because I can see the vision of it where it can definitely go. But I would love your feedback if you can just jump in here and tell people, the thought process behind what we're doing and the excitement that you see behind everything.
Yeah, several things, my friend, is there's a certain level of responsibility and stewardship that was lifted a few years back when Bitcoin really started to take off, right? And there was some challenges around, if you guys, how many remember the challenges of people trying to figure out, so what is that in dollars? How's that going to work again? And no matter who you talk to, you always had these challenges around the mental conversions and all those things. Well, within the company, there's several challenges the company doesn't have to face by using a token system rather than using actual currency internally. Whether someone's joining the company and going to a certain level, in the future, they will be using STB tokens. So when they join, they're going to have to buy tokens first and then join with the tokens. When it comes time for registering for an event, or let's say that there's a new something or other that's coming. Oh, game of the week. Let's suppose I've looked at the data for the game of the week or for the trading pool, and I'm going to want to, let's say I'm going to want to come in at maybe $250 worth of Bitcoin. Well, you wouldn't. You'd come in with $250 worth of tokens. so that when you win, right, when you do it, you're not actually gambling. You're using Monopoly for lack of a better term, using the token system. So, but you'll be paid out in BTC. So when you use this token system, it'll be the way that the company can actually create a more congruent accounting system. For those of you that know me, you know one of the things that's really important for me is that the company dots its I's and crosses its T's financially, and has the responsibility of making sure they bring in front of you accurate accounting. And having a token system is going to make that easier. And at the same time, it is really going to give, I believe, each of you leverage. We'll create some income streams in this for you. There will be some people in the future who want to be a part of the Game of the Week, and they're not even a member of STB. Well, they can buy tokens from you, and you're going to earn money or tokens when they do it, which you can convert into money, into BTC. I don't really want to. I don't want to jump the gun and go too far in front, but that's what I see in this is a tremendous opportunity to allow people to get different packages. But like James said, the swag. There's just between the income generator, the token system is the beginning of all future things that will be released by STB. You will be able to participate using the token system. So that's it.
Yeah, well, that's great, Dwayne, and I think you explained it, I think, enough for everybody to understand. One thing I hope everybody caught here that is exciting to me is the opportunity to share this token with other people that may not own a package. You want to talk about an opportunity to earn some extra income. I mean, imagine what people will look at if they know that they could potentially participate in the Game of the Week, be part of all these different things that we're doing. So the token system itself, it just makes total sense to me to be able to help us, like you said, from an internal standpoint, be able to make sure that the accounting is in place, but also all the extra benefits that it creates. So here's the deal. As we've talked about, most of these things will be released, I guess, next week, right? As we're leading into the very last week up to our launch, you're going to see all of these come into play. We'll obviously communicate with you. I hate giving specific dates because I've had it blow up in my face about 90% of the time when it comes to this industry. So what I will tell you is this. We will communicate with you. We will let you know specifically what's coming. We'll have another call that you can invite people to learn more details about this, the pricing, everything that's included around everything that we just talked about today. But the point of this call, more so than just sharing the releases that we have, is making sure that you understand the vision of our company, where we're at today and where we're going. Most of you are dealing with companies, especially in the crypto space, that you don't know who's behind them, you don't know where they're going, and you definitely don't know how long they're going to be here. We're out in front of it. We're sharing a great opportunity. This is so unique. I'm telling you, like, every single person I talk to, they love the concept.
Wait a second, James, I need to cut you off. Josh was explaining that they can't see the screen because of small text on the screen. Can you guys not see the screen? What are you guys able to look at? Because we may have been talking to ourselves. I don't want that to happen. How do you?
I sure hope not.
What are you able to see? Can someone tell us what you're able to see? Double click on slides. Oh, someone said double click on the side you can't see. Oh, they can see. Okay.
Okay. Well, shoot. Let's see here. Let me see if I can fix that.
The video is bigger than the slides. Oh.
No kidding. Let's see here. Hey, Dwayne, let's
turn it out. I don't know how to do it.
Try to turn your video off and see.
Yeah, please. Oh my goodness. How horrible is that? Wow.
You're always wanting to hog the screen, man.
Yeah, man. Sheesh. Look at that.
So
thank you. Josh, thanks a lot, man.
Dwayne, did you turn your video off?
I did.
Okay, so I'm not going to go all the way back through this, but I definitely want you guys to be able to see some of these slides that we talked about here. Most of it was words, right? We don't have a ton of information on these slides, but you can obviously take a look at some of this. And here's the deal: if you want a copy of this PowerPoint presentation, you're more than welcome to hit me up and we can talk about it. That's just showing the meeting. As you can see, the launch party, it's October 12th, 2019 in Orlando. We'll just do a real quick summary here at the Hyatt Hotel. They're at the airport, okay? So if you're flying in, you legitimately don't even have to leave the airport if you don't want to. We'll have some cool stuff going on there. The founder circle, as we mentioned, you have the car bonus, you have the STB cruise that we'll be taking. We'll announce the dates on that. The opportunity for you to earn more income. You're going to have full access to a travel club that will give you access to up to 70% off hotel stays, access to condos. I'm talking anything that you need from a travel aspect of it. You're going to gain access to that. And you can see the income stream that comes along with the founder circle there. 20% on the first level, 10% on the second, and 5% on the third. And I'm just giving a quick summary here so you can see it. There you can see the STP token system. And by the way, we will be creating some of these actual physical tokens just for you to be able to have access to if you'd like to. But the tokens they're the way of the future for us. They're going to pay for basically every single thing that we do here, from the packages to the Founders Club, live events, swag. And the cool thing is giving people the opportunity outside of the system that may not have purchased a package. You'll be able to share these tokens and earn a 10% commission off of those. And they can decide what they want to use them for. If they want to use them for the game of the week or anything like that, maybe they want to come to an event, all those things they'll have access to through this token system. So I'm sorry about the slides. I had no idea Dwayne was going to hog the screen with his video.
I had no idea either.
Yeah, right, man. I'm just kidding. But no, hopefully that gave you guys an idea. I mean, we usually try to talk more with words than we do all the details on the slides. So, but here's the deal. We're here. So, Dwayne, I don't know if you have a second, but if there's any questions, I mean, if y'all have any questions about what we talked about, I'm looking at the list of people here. We have some great leaders that are here right now. So if there's any specific questions on what we discussed here today, I would be glad to answer any questions you have. Dwayne, I don't know if you can stick around for a second to see if there's any questions.
I can. I think I stuck around long enough on the camera and it's clogging everything up. No, yeah, all good. Sure. Sure, I can. I missed when the Founders Club will be available.
Yeah,
Wow.
So everything that you saw here today will be released next week. We're not going to give a specific date because what we'll have to do is the programming process of it has already started, right? So we have to just make sure that it's completely tested and that the user experience is where it needs to be for us to be able to release it. But you will definitely see it before the end of the pre-launch, which is September 30th. Do you think that's safe to say, Dwayne?
I think it's important to, yes, you're right. That's for sure. But I believe they should start looking sometime between Saturday for like a Founders Club. They should start looking between Saturday and Monday night, sometime between those 3 days before the release of it. So that's the forecasted time frame, providing there's no glitches or anything else like that. That's what we're looking for. Sometime between Saturday morning and Monday night, midnight, that's around the time frame. That's an open door, but there's a lot of variables involved that include even our token system. But yes.
Okay, awesome. So any other questions? Let's see here. So they're asking, Sheila is asking about the token will increase over time. So Dwayne, I don't know if you want to respond to this as far as
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's important to because the token value is always going to be based on a percentage of BTC. And there's importance for this. It's not meant for becoming an actual currency. There's not going to be an initial offering, right? It's not for that at all. So what we need to do is make sure that it's feasible and manageable by by the members of STB. So if cryptocurrency jumps, let's just suppose we know it's forecasted to do. If it goes that high, and we come up with a model where there's no way of deriving what increases the value of the token, that will be bad. So there's a formula that's being used, and it's a great question, Sheila. But yes, it will change. It is approximately 1/10,000th of a Bitcoin. So that's manageable and feasible, easy to take care of and be a good steward over. But at the same time, it'll be more easy to calculate. So that's how it works. So if BTC goes up by $1,000 or $2,000, the token will relatively change as well. And if it goes down, it will change relatively, so that you don't have to do a lot of stretching. Some of you know what it meant to join a company 2 years ago when BTC was at 1,600. Next thing you know, BTC is at 14, and those companies now are at gridlock. the product that was only once worth $1,600 or $1,100 is now they're charging people $14,000 for it. So we created a model so that whatever people are purchasing stays within a fair range for the members, no matter what it goes up or down to. I hope that answers the question, but it's a great question, Sheila.
Yeah, that was a great question. Any other questions? Josh, thank you, man. We're excited to meet you face to face as well. Hope to see you in Orlando and your entire team. When are we getting a recorded video to share with our team? Well, so
King, I think you got to make a different one, James, because this one had my video up there, and I don't really want.
Well, I was going to ask, are you referring to like a video for the main page, or are you talking about like the video that we just did? I'm not sure which way you're going with that. The video that we just did, we definitely need to re-record. For this webinar. Well, Dwayne and I could probably just record one or host this event, and y'all could come back if you would like. But yeah, we need to do another recording. I mean,
here's what I recommend, James. This may sound really crazy. I recommend like the overview. This is as powerful as an overview. Why not switch it off instead of doing an overview tonight? Just do this, and they can share it with their people and or their teams. And because the overview is an overview, and they're already available, there's already recordings on YouTube and in the back office.
Yeah.
This information is quite important for them, I do believe.
Yeah, I love that. So I hope everybody caught that. So tonight we'll just switch up the overview call to this. We'll do the slide presentation again, and we'll send an email out to the group here just to let them know about the change and give them the link to be able to register. So if you have people out there that are questioning, where's this company actually going, that'd be a great call to invite them to, because you can see, I mean, we're pretty open as far as like being able to help people out. So that's a great question, King of Wealth. I like that name, by the way. Any other questions out there? Oh, can you exchange tokens for BTC? Yeah, absolutely. We're still going to pay out the same exact way. So the tokens will be paid out in Bitcoin whenever you're ready to exchange them.
Well, let me answer that. Let me help with that. So what's not going to happen is there won't be created a money laundering system. The whole idea around the tokens is to stay compliant within different regulations, right? When I say regulations, I mean as far as not doing outright things that just don't work. So the idea of someone being able to come in, buy tokens, and then the same tokens they purchased, withdraw. Unfortunately, there are things that can be done that would create a great laundry factor here, right? So the idea is, if you were right now, initially, they're going to be used for purchasing. There won't be a reason to withdraw them because you're not going to get paid in tokens. When the company gets to the point where it pays in tokens, at that time, when it pays in tokens, they'll be marked or tagged so that they can know if you're paid, you can withdraw it. It is just a nightmare for home businesses that actually allow people to put money in and load money in and keep withdrawing it. I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. But yes, the answer is yes, you'll be able to exchange them. If you won them in a contest, if you were paid because you won the game of the week, or you paid your commissions in tokens, the company's not starting there. But when it gets there, 100%, my friend, 100%, Santiago. Whoever asked that question. Sorry, James, I didn't mean to cut over you. But
man, that was a perfect answer.
I've seen some nightmares, and you just don't want that, James.
Yeah, we've seen that in many companies, as you know. I mean, people try to move those funds around. We can't get caught up in that nonsense. So we will stay compliant from that. So, all right. Any other questions before we get this thing wrapped up? We're here. You got us both. We're going to do this call again tonight in a little bit more of a different format. But any final questions that y'all can think of?
Hey, Santiago, a good question. Statement. Okay. No, James, they just said that maybe you don't need to do a recording, but we're still going to do it. I think you ought to still do it tonight anyway.
Okay.
But anyway, great questions, and blessings to all you guys.
Yeah,
all the best.
All right. Well, thanks, Hank. We appreciate that. So, all right, guys, well, we will go ahead and wrap this up. Make sure to invite your team out. I know at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, let's face it, unless you're a full-time networker or, someone that has a freelance from your home, 2 p.m. is tough to make for a lot of people, or if you're in the UK, like I know some of you are. So with that being said, we're going to host this again tonight. Make sure to invite your team out. I think it's a great way to kind of get a feel of who we are and what we're doing outside of the just norm that we do with the overview call. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for your time. Dwayne, you have any final words before we go?
Nope. Have a great day. We'll see you tonight at 9 p.m.
All right. See y'all. Have a good night.
Bye.